Well, Kelimion, I actually went there the night. Oh, it's a night boat. Okay, so it's a night boat. Night boat. Well, there's nobody there. Oh, should I wait? Okay, okay, so it's a night bot. I was in a wrong channel. Okay. And now I'll have to go. Okay. So there's the thing with the mod command in a hex chat. You actually have to wait while the thing actually joins. Okay, so it's a nightbot channel. It wasn't just the night channel I was actually in before. So that's why the command for him to join her to join was wrong. Actually, wasn't working. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's nice. I want to bring down my music. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's great. Why it's 17? Yeah, okay, I know. Okay. Oh, hi. Yeah, hi, Kalimil, and welcome. How, Effector? How are you today, guys? Hello. Hello, Amitahaya. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I know what's wrong with that. It's all wrong, but then I know. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm Tahar. There are people in the chat, but I guess people are working on their own stuff. Which is actually the point of joining my channel. Actually, have somebody to work with, I guess. think it's all based whether... it's quite possible, Ivan. Yeah, it's really fucking possible. Yeah. Actually, I was playing with a plugin that enables me to... for each scene differently, so I can turn off my microphone automatically. So it ended up to be on a maximum value because it reset. So yeah, I will have to go and yeah. So the problem was with the plugin that reset all my volumes in each scene. So it was too loud actually to hear me over that. So yeah. Yep. Thank you for heads up. But yeah, I guess the chatter in a chat is actually based on whether the British guys are here, like me, Bloy, and Fiery Drake, and then Purple Drifting, sometimes even Blaze Grace Gaming. These guys are talking a lot. Well, I don't mind. I'm really okay and happy about it. But the chatter comes from there, I guess. Oh God! Hello, Pirate. Oh, hello, mate. I was just talking about you, guy. Oh, okay. What you had for dinner, Fire Drake? Okay, so from what I see, the parsing is actually nice. I can do around 3,000 lines in 2 frames, something like 2 frames, I guess, in a debug mode. Oh, that's nice. Well, I now got it in 13 milliseconds. Okay, so the parser is not updating documents, so I will have to fix that one. Then I have also yeah, it's updating when I add or remove lines, but it's not doing it when it's not doing its thing when I'm just inserting only one line. But I guess it's only about the first line, because I guess I have a... oh yes, it's about the first line. Yeah. Parser set head. We go to where? Go copy stack. Source and destination. Yes, source is 0. Source is this one, I guess, and that one is just not parsed at all. So that should be... Oh. Okay. Well, I'm still not happy with the parser, with how it works internally, but I guess I will just let it be for now and go to actually fix some other stuff. Actually add features for editing. No, raspberry and white chocolate cookie. Oh, chicken, carrots, beans and potato and a cookie. Jesus, man. I'd like that too, actually. It's I like carrots. So is the volume okay now, guys? Okay. So we will do remove, or may I say Abner. We will do undo, and we will do saving. Those are three features, the important one. And then I will move. I hope I will actually be able to do most of. I will do the remove tonight. It should be done. I will do. I'm pretty sure I will be able to do the saving, because that's just simple stuff there. I mean, I won't be able to do that for a new empty file just yet, because I don't want to use standard Windows UI for that. Because that will be done in a command line. I will also have to fix the parser for at least to reparse everything correctly. That's a really important thing to do in order to be able to actually test the basic stuff, to measure it and all the stuff around that. Then so we have this one, these fix bug wheel layouting and scrolling the text. So these are done. Fix parser, not be parsing lines. Lines, probably only the first line. The first line, okay. Good, thank you, Fiery. So, only parsing the lines, probably on the first line. Okay, so that one should be done. Really easy. Opening. Yes, this is. So I will also go for. So these are bugs. These are features. And the plus undo. For undo. Okay. And then the next feature is selections, and then from there we can go to multiple cursors. That's something that will also define a lot of behavior. The next feature should be splits, because those two actually go together, and they also depend on undo, at least somehow. But then from here I can actually go to console, command line. Yes, I think I will go for command line there, because the command line is actually the same thing as the document, because it's just basically a document shown on the bottom, so you can actually edit the commands and everything around that. And at that point it'll be good. It'll be good. Yeah. So today I'll go for what? I will create new separator and we'll set with that where I want to end tonight. I will go for the piece ordering because I need to do something else and not the parser. That's what I want to do. And then I can move the saving file down because now we don't really want anyone to actually go in, edit inside the editor and actually go and save, because I don't want anyone to actually be able to even break anything on his hard drive. So we are read-only mode for some time. Sometime means, I don't know, on Sunday we can be somewhere around the end of this list, I guess. So that'll be done, and then I'll have to actually go back and do the parsing again and to revisit it if I won't find a better solution during the time. Because as long as I find a good solution for the parsing, for the problem that I have there, I will immediately move to parsing and implement it from anything I do. Because that's the priority to get right, and to be able to actually extend the parser to actually parse more stuff from C language. And also it can be used for other languages. I guess it will also work for Java or JavaScript, you know, because I'm only implementing the basics like command, block command, line command, strings, numbers, and perhaps blocks in general. So that's the plan. And selections will be actually really interesting, even though I guess it will take a bit of a time, because the selections will actually change everything inside document rendering platform code. Because I will have to do that the other way with implementing my own renderer that will actually use the direct write, but will do it more efficiently. So even now, if we have a really fast typing speed, it'll get even better, because thanks to the custom renderer, you can actually get to not allocate the memory to actually push the text from the document to the engine. I will get to not walk over all the formats. Well, I will have to walk over them, but I won't have to create objects. I guess I won't have to do that much stuff there, so that will be good. So I'm looking forward to that. It's actually really nice, important, nice feature that I actually would be doing later, but it's important to get the selections, because I want to see the selection, you know. I want to see this thing, this rectangle there. And now I don't. So I'll go take a smoke and see you in a few, guys. And I'm back. Document, and the next task will be to actually add the command scopes and configuration. Not sure how I will do that, because I have yet to decide whether I will keep the Lua in there or not. Thank you, Kalimian. One thing I will do is because the parser won't let me just move on. And one thing I want to do is to actually one important thing, if you're listening, my friend who is also still on the chat, Ivan, actually was able to compile Hale yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. He's a guy who actually is a web developer, so doesn't do any Visual Studio nor C++ stuff, but yet he was able to actually compile it. So I'm extremely happy about that, because if it was anything else, it'll be probably a nightmare to do. And with a simple batch command, we're actually able to do, yeah. So that's pretty awesome, because if people who don't have any experience with C++ and compiling and all that stuff can actually go ahead, get the source code and compile it. That's actually amazing stuff, because that brings people closer to the source code, where they can actually see how the stuff is done, and hopefully I'll get to a code structure and the file structure simple enough, or not simple but clear enough, so people can actually find where the commands are, can actually go there and change or add their own commands. And that's where we actually might end up not using any scripting language in the end, because anyone will be able to actually code and make their own commands and extensions. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea, but then I'll still have to think about that. There is actually a ton of stuff to think about in terms of where the Hale will actually go in the future, so we will see. Okay, so I wanted to check out the parser to see how the prototype did the thing with the parsing. This is it. So we are just adding tokens at this point. I will give it a block, stack and a tokens. That's actually the same thing I'm doing here now. The same thing, I give it the text to parse, I will give it tokens, and I will give it a stack. It's the same. Then I will actually wrap the stuff in a simple structure, so I can pass it easily. And then I go to match. Yeah, so I'm pushing on a stack only when I encounter the begin result rule. And this is actually where the magic happens, I guess, because this is where I actually add the text token. So when I add the text token, I actually set it I set it to have a name. The token will have a name of a thing on top of the stack, which means that where I go in a command, actually all these stuff will be marked as this command. These will have their own special names as well from the same rule, because we are adding the add token. I'm doing the add token. So I guess because now I'm doing this stupid thing where I'm simply adding the parent token first, and then inside that, even though it's yeah. So this is the magic. Yeah. I'm actually adding first the parent, like it's a thing like this. So first add that one. Then I will add smaller ones for these. So I'll have like begin and end for the entire command. Then I have two smaller tokens, one for the begin and one for the end. And then everything inside this will already get to be in the parent token. Whereas in a previous version I was doing just this. So I was doing actually a flat version. And this is basically based on the fact that this was actually based on the fact that I didn't have any other way to do it, because all this is driven by data. I'm just reading the rules from an array, trying to apply them, and it's also stack based, because I can go inside the command and then parse different set of tokens inside the command and then go up in a stack when the command ends, so I'm back where I was before I started to parse the token. This one, however, is much more effective, I guess, because it's flat, so I'm not doing that much work. I'm not doing that much work when I'm trying to... This one is more descriptive. It's like defines it better describes the structure of the text. Yeah. And then I have a parent token. Is this one, whereas here I have it like this. So this one is not even a token. Okay, I will have to change the music because this is really too much glitchy. It's just too glitchy for me. Let's go for something completely different today. Let's try Ori. We actually did this one, I guess, but I think it was only once. Okay, so yeah, but this version, this more descriptive one, is actually worse on performance, because I have to store. So for example, when I start to read the command, I will just put infinitely long token that I remember that I put it there, and when the command ends, I will actually go ahead and set it back to be the size that it actually should be, because now I know where the command ends. While if the command will never end, I will just keep the token. I won't even, yeah. So the older version was actually doing it only for the text it actually saw. So it only did it like so it read the text and then decided what the text is and put the markers around the text actually, and that was much simpler. And also I didn't have to actually store nothing more than just the rules in a stack, and I only got one stack, whereas with this version I have two stacks. I have one stack for the for the parser state, and a second one to remember where the open tokens were, so I can close them. So by doing that, I also have to actually, when I start to parse a line, I have to actually go ahead and simulate that those tokens were still open and actually add them. So in that way I'm actually duplicating the stack at the beginning of the line, because I stored the stack anyway. So that's not really nice way to go to do it. So yeah, I will actually go ahead and fix this stuff right now, because this one is so much better. This is so much better. Yeah. But before I do that, I will go and commit everything. So this is Hale test. Yeah, I was testing the release build here. Development. Yeah, git status. Deleted stuff. Yeah, I actually removed all the prototype, Oniguruma, Lua, and all that stuff from the repository. I will be adding that later. Don't need that now. So, do we have any new files? Yes, we have. And I will remove them. Hale / Hale document parse .cpp. Yes, and also the parser c.cpp. .b. I don't know who is creating these files. Okay, I will also, well, I will also add the build release. Yeah. Okay. Fixed parsing day 13. Fixed parsing. Oh well, I didn't fix anything. Parsing still with bugs. I don't care right now because I just want to keep the code somewhere else than only my machine. I'll just push it there. I will have to actually change the way I'm doing all these GitHub stuff. I'll have to actually create branches and follow some kind of a different way of doing things, which is more effective for collaborative work. But then I don't want to do that just yet. I don't know why it blinked on me. Shouldn't be blinking that much. Okay, so I actually love this parser code, because before the parser was like, I don't know, in one of my first editors the parser was like 3000 lines, and this one actually does the same thing, does it much faster, just in a few lines. I'm not a big fan of counting the lines. Come on, Casey, just can you be a little bit less loud? Good, so okay. Hi, Blaze Grace. So this one is okay. I will go ahead and rework the parsing. I will do it differently now, because this is the thing that it's stupid. This is the first thing that is stupid, and then there's a second thing that is stupid. But I don't care about that just yet. That's token. Okay, token name is text. No, it's a token name, but the token type is not used, yeah. It is set to be text, so I don't do that, no. Okay, so I will rework this part to actually, when nothing is matched during the parse, then we will actually increment the position by 1. This one will be done with the Boyer-Moore algorithm later, so it's much faster to actually find to do the matching. But then the matching will also have to work in a different manner. And we'll be actually able to remember to actually eat just a piece of the input, and we'll be able to stop even on a invalid like a surrogate, for example, from UTF-16, and then continue with that later. That's really important thing that I will have to add, because now I cannot read the document directly. I have to copy the entire block to memory to make it sequential, because the buffer is not sequential. And so I'm trying to make things easier a bit for now, because this new parser API is actually much better, and I like to first design the parser API, kind of actually see whether I can actually make something that makes sense and it's easy to write. So this piece is actually, this is the only piece that you need for parsing the two basic tokens, like comment and double quoted string. So it's not that hard to do. Hopefully I will be able to keep the parser this much simple, even though it's limited. I know it cannot parse like C++ and you into an AST, but it will actually give you a much better lexing than you usually have, and it's faster as well. Okay. So how do we work this? Equals 0, that means that nothing was matched. So then if we are not at the end, we'll actually go ahead and increment this little thing, else we'll actually break the loop. So we can only keep this one. Yeah. Linkadu parser, if you mean in general way, like a general parser, what does it do? Or I'm not sure whether this parser what it does. So if you will be so kind to actually be more specific, so I can answer the question. Both. Okay, no problem. So what the parser does is, especially here, basically if you give it a string, for example, if you have some kind of a string or text, like code is, it's just the text on the bottom. If you open any kind of a file, like for example this file, it's just a stupid text. There's nothing in there. So just sequence of characters one by one. What the parser does is that it's able to actually read those sequences defined by the language actually in which you are writing or coding, and it's able to understand them. So it's able to tell that Oh yeah, here's the include clause. We have a we have a name of the file we want to include. This is the same. We have a define. So in this case, we are actually going to define something. It already knows that there will be one or two parameters, but let's say there are always two. So it's a so it's a name of the thing that can be followed by a parent. The stuff inside the parents can be actually separated by commas, and that creates arguments. So the parser is actually able to go character by character, and it's usually a giant state machine. There are actually harder parsers that does the thing in a much harder way. But in general, you actually have a state machine that's able to actually switch the state when it finds some kind of significant character. For example, if you are parsing a string, so for example you have 1, 2, 3, and then you have ABC, and then you have 4, 5, 6. So it's able to take the first character from the string. It knows it's a number, so it knows that more numbers can continue. So it tries to read from the input more numbers until it encounters a character that's not a number. So now it knows that it read 1, then it read 2, then it read 3. So now it knows that there's some kind of a number with value of 1, 2, 3. So then it goes further. It will find a space, so we know that there's a space. It goes on, and it finds a quote. And once it finds a quote, it knows that it should go parsing go reading the input until another quote is found. So it will do just that. It will just eat each character. A, is it a quote? No. B, is it the quote? C, isn't the quote? And the quote, and it finally will end up. So it now knows that there's a string with value of ABC, and then so on. So it's able to actually tell you or read the text that is written in some kind of a format that is defined, and it's able to actually understand it to some level. So from the editor perspective, thanks to that I know that it's a number or it's a string, I can actually apply colors to that. As you see, I have currently I have a color scheme that actually applies the same color for a number and a string. But then I think here I have something different. Yeah, here I have numbers to be orange and text inside the quotes to be green. So it does exactly the same thing. It goes like reads 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's a number. Then there is new line character hidden. So okay, we will mark these with orange, and then it will find a quote. Okay, we are now parsing a string, so it will go ABC until it finds another quote, and it knows that that everything that was inside the quotes is actually text, and it should put a green color on that. So that's what the parser do. Yeah, exactly. It's a simple parser you can do with that kind of input. Then you have streaming input that you are reading from character by character from the stream. You can do with that, but then there are much more complex parsers. For example, C++ is really hard to parse completely and to understand completely, and those parsers usually are not able to read not able to just read character by character and be able to switch by the character they actually are looking at, but have to actually do some processing, like 2 or 3 passes of processing before it gets to the final state where it actually knows everything, and can then, for example, compiler can then turn those that information to native code, to native instructions for the processor, and even optimize those native instructions in some way to actually change them to be faster, depending on for which processor you're actually compiling. So yeah, it then depends what you do with the parsed information. You can actually read it, you can change it, you can apply syntax highlighting on it, and the parsers are actually really it really depends on what you would want to do. For example, for an editor, you are welcome indeed, mister. For an editor, you don't want to have some kind of a complex, slow, memory-heavy parser. You want to have something that is fast and is able to, at least to some level, describe the code. So you can actually apply syntax highlighting. You can actually sometimes you can even tell whether you are inside the function. Like now, I'm in a parse function. So it's able to actually tell that the function starts here and ends here, and the name is here. So I can actually go from here to actually, for example, with some shortcut to change the name and stuff like that. There are parsers like that available, but it also depends heavily on the grammar. So what I usually do is to write as fast as possible parser that is able to express as much as possible stuff, considering the way I'm storing the document in the memory, and the speed I can draw stuff on the screen. So it should actually use it should actually cooperate with all that stuff, and to be primarily fast, because we always want to at least see the colors, because we are so used to that seeing a document without the colors we actually lost. I mean, if I myself just open this one, I actually see nothing. Like, I cannot read the text anymore. And I was doing this in a Borland Pascal. I think it was 6 and 5 and 6. That was when I entered the programming on a PC, and it didn't have any syntax highlighting. I think Borland Pascal 7 introduced the syntax highlighting. I don't know how it was with other. I think C got it sooner a bit, but Borland C IDE was always really like janky and weird for me to actually use. It was always like a version behind the Turbo Pascal. So it was actually amazing when I first saw the syntax highlighting in a Turbo Pascal IDE. So I will take a tiny break in like 3 minutes, and then I will actually go on and continue changing my code. Actually will undo all this stuff, because then I won't be able to compile it, and I will have to chase some kind of a weird syntactic errors from a compiler that I actually spent last week like 6 hours in a row, because just compiler wasn't able to tell me that there's an error in the syntax. So okay, I will see you in 3 or 4 minutes, guys. And I'm back. Just check it whether I'm really streaming what I want. So, okay. So, I'll just go with B. So P is 0. Then we go to parse, and if we didn't find anything, we'll go ahead and increment the iterator. And then, otherwise, when we actually found something, it means that we will have to check. Well, I won't keep this one. I will keep it as a ITP, like an IT iterator for a text position is equal to SIT begin, and then when I have found something, I will check whether IT minus ITT is greater than 0, and if it is, then I will just churn out a token that's actually the same thing that's on top of the stack. So I will go top. Well, at this point I can actually pass stack item top. Stack top. So I will get the top, I will call the top parse function, and if I didn't find anything, and if I found something, I'm already after that what I found. Because I will parse this thing, mark it down. Can I do it before? Because that way I will actually store the text token later. Then it would make the parsing much harder to do. I mean, the code here will get much more complicated. Well, I will hack it at this point by just by just inserting the text token. Should I do that or not? Yeah, I will insert it. I can actually create it beforehand, token, but then I will just do the opposite. I will have to remove it instead of inserting it when it's empty. Yes, I like that. I like that. This one equals 0 because it will be in the beginning, but I will still, yeah, I don't have to even store it because I will just go and IT token is equal to we'll go for the count, actual count, that the token we are inserting the next, that will this one insert, is at this position. So for the insert we'll have to do token add is doing just a simple thing, or will be it anyway. Yeah, it deals with infinity stuff, but it won't be doing that anymore. So just insert inside the tokens. Token as tokens insert. We will insert at IT token 1. We won't pre-allog anything, and we'll get back a token. And for the token, we will do begin is equal to IT text minus SIT begin. That's the position, that's the begin. And the end is current position, so it's or it's actually the position before we inserted the text. IT text begin. I'm starting to not like this at all, but I will see. I just have to deal with it for now, because that's a lot of code that actually will be executed just to handle the text. But then I can actually use the token that was already written there, but I'm not sure whether it will be actually written there, because it might just go without writing any token. It might just be solving all the stuff on a stack, and it won't churn out any tokens. That's also a possibility. So I will go for more code now, and I guess it will get better. IT text begin, IT text and minus SIT begin. So that's the thing I'll do. And also token ID is for now is null. It won't do the trick though, because the token ID should actually point to a table of tokens. So that's okay for now. So that'll do. Just do this one. Oh yeah, this one is not null. This one is actually the top of the stack. Yes, so that's the one stack top token ID. Okay, I like that. I will get rid of the token stack. I will also get rid of the token stack. That should actually remove all the other stuff as well. It should tell me that where I've used add the token. Yeah, this is the problem of adding the tokens actually. When we are pushing something on the stack. That's the exact problem. I won't do that at all. I will just do the stack inside here. That should do the trick. Token stack, don't need that anymore. This one is based on the so we only get to do these. I'll remove all this stuff. It's not needed at all. This is the last list. So we will only be doing token add when we actually need to. We won't be doing anything else. And then for these stuff, I won't be doing these at all. This is just oh. We are adding the tokens and we don't need to do that at all. Okay. IT text begin. It's actually not IT but IT text end means IT text begin. Yes. Then yeah. But then I'll have to also do it at the end. At the end, when I actually finish well, I will have to recall this one. But I don't care about it now. I'll have to test whether this actually does anything. Yeah, and this one is stupid. Because, hey, why not? Why not? Why actually work? Why would I work? I don't need to work. Okay. So now we have found something. We will go ahead and insert, and that insert should happen before this one, so this one will go a bit down. Yeah. Is it really 0 to 10? It's not 0 to 10. Oh yeah. The end is correct, but the begin is not. I will have to reset the begin. Hmm. did it in a completely different way.
I mean, I don't